I'm calling this a public service film. I thought it was quite an interesting thing that had happened to us. A customer had sent me a Minitrix loco that had some interesting symptoms. It would run for 10 centimetres forward and then appear to jam, and then it would run, if you reverse the controller, it would run for about 5 centimetres and then do the same. It was a digital loco and it sounded like it would jam. The motor started just humming. So my first assumption when repairing it is that something had got into the gearbox. So we strip it all down. I went through all the gears. I went with a magnifier glass looking for broken teeth. All fine. I then rebuilt it and ran it just with power to the motor, and it ran all fine as well. So it narrowed it down to a circuit board issue. It was a sound loco like this one, and I thought, oh no, maybe the decoder's gone. And then I remembered seeing the symptom before, but it's been a few years. But previously I've only seen it in analog locos. And I thought that they'd stopped doing it, but I was wrong. So let me clarify. There is a component here on the board with 3x3 on it, a little green square component. And if we go to this one here, we have one in the middle there as well. Under the green wire, just here. That, it turns out, is called a self-resetting fuse, which is quite cute. The idea is it is supposed to protect the motor, and if too much power has been drawn, the fuse liquefies inside, the polymer inside it liquefies and stops conducting. So you'll find that the lights are on but no one's at home. And then when it cools down again, re-solidifies, it starts conducting again. So yeah, it performs this sort of protection rule for the motor. Though occasionally they fail, and looking through forums, you need to sort of type the right thing, which is a pain. Eventually found an explanation for it. So yeah, when they fail, they fail to conduct. It just stops the loco. You can, I tend to do it on an analog loco. You can test the theory by, if the loco's stopped and the power's on, you can put something over the two ends of the component, and if the loco starts running, it's definitely that component that has failed. A few words of caution there. Do check that the motor is clean and running smoothly. It's not arcing and crackling away. Once you're happy the motor is decent, then the best thing, or the only real suggestion we can do now, is to bridge the part. So what I do is take a wire and solder it to one end, loop it round and solder it to the other so it bypasses this fuse. In a perfect world, they'd supply spares. However, UK now is a long way away from spares. I've currently got a motor on order that's been 5 months, which is not fun for repairs. So to get it up and running again and stop the loco from being scrapped, the only option I have is to bypass it. I don't think it's really doing that much. No other manufacturers use them. I think it's one of these things that's a nice idea until it fails. So just to put it in context, I've only seen about a dozen locos with this particular issue over 15 years of doing repairs. And that's why I didn't even think about it when this one came in. So it's quite a rare thing. It's just annoying when it happens, and it seems incredibly wasteful to try and track down a full circuit board for a single component that actually has quite a nice safety rule, so it would be nice for it to be working properly, but it's not the end of the world if you bypass it, as far as I'm concerned. Particularly on an older loco, it will keep it going for a bit longer. I do wonder how many of them are sitting in drawers as non-runners,